Good morning, students. I hope all of you must be in the pink of your health. So today we'll be starting with the third level. It's text. So you must have now clear understanding what third level is. We have talked about Jack Finney, its author, a concept of science fiction, characters, key concepts, and a brief description of the third level of the Grand Central Station. So today we'll start with the text. Notebooks ready for noting down any important point. So third level, as you have already been told, is the level of Grand Central Station. Notice that it is the third level. Why? Because third is an ordinal number, and generally before it we use definite article the, and it is pronounced the here and not the, because the third is starting with a consonant, and when it comes before a vowel sound it is pronounced as the and not the. So the author is Jack Finney. We've already talked about him. Have you ever had any curious, strange experience which others find hard to believe? This strange experience can be a time travel. So somebody talked about it, or interacting with some supernatural object, or doing something which other believes cannot happen. Uh, so we can discuss it when we meet. So the president of the New York Central means the highest authority in New York, and the New York, New Haven, and Hartford. These all are written in capital because these are names. Railroads will swear on the bundle of timetables that there are only two. Why bundles of timetable have been referred to here? Because when you go to a station, there is a timetable which shows that this train leaves from this platform at this time. That proves that there are these many platforms and these many levels. So if they can swear, if they can declare under oath formally that there are only two, that means in the opening sentence Jack Finney is telling us that there is no third level in reality, in words of real authorities. But I say there are three. I here is Charlie and not Jack Finney, our central character, the narrator, because I have been. Been has been written in an italics manner because it is to be emphasized, stressed. Been here means gone, visited, on the third level of the Grand Central Station. Yes, I have taken the obvious step. I have clearly been there. So, yes, here is a reinforcement to the previous statement. I say there are three. Yes, I have been. So, this is reinforcing this statement that there are three levels. I talked to a psychiatrist friend of mine. Psychiatrist is a physician who specializes in our behavioral order, psychological order. A friend of mine, among others, he had talked to many people, and one of them is a psychiatrist. I told him about the third level at the Grand Central Station, and he said it was a waking dream wish fulfillment. I have written here daydreaming, but it can also mean that you are hallucinating, visualizing with your open eyes something that you strongly desire for. Means your wish is getting fulfilled only in your hallucination, in your visualization, and not in reality. He said there are other reason to it. He here is Sam, his psychiatrist friend, that I was unhappy, means Charlie was unhappy, that made my wife kind of mad, means crazy, very annoyed, disturbed. Why? Because she thought he was unhappy, means Charlie was unhappy in his married life. That is what Sam meant. Uh, Louisa, means Charlie's wife, thought so. But he explained, Sam further explained, that he meant what he intended to say that the modern world is full of insecurity. I have talked about it in the introductory lecture. Insecurity is a feeling that you may be attacked, you may have a loss. Fear is again a feeling of losing something. Okay, war is something that causes massive destruction. Worry, all these three cause a worry, attention, and all the rest of negative emotions. And that I just want to escape, take break from routine for pleasure, but they don't wonder. I just want to, well, who doesn't? Everybody wants to escape. Everyone, so students sometimes want to escape from work. Workers sometimes want to escape from the job that they do. Okay. Everybody I know wants to escape, but they don't wander down into any third level at Grand Central Station. So this shows Charlie was logical. So he is putting up his position well, that why he only went into the third level. Wander means moved aimlessly. He did not go intentionally. That means it was not an intentional escape. So, but that's the reason he said. And my friends all agreed that you wanted to escape and that is why you went there. Every thing points to it. They claimed my stamp collecting, for example, that's a temporary refuge from reality. Means hobby is something that you like doing, something creative you like doing, and when you are doing something that you like, you forget your tension, and that way it is a shelter. Well, maybe, but possibly, there may be some possibility, but my grandfather didn't need any refuge from reality. So, Charlie is advocating his point by referring to his granddad that at his time things were perfectly fine. So, he is relating that accuse that hobby is a temporary refuge from reality to his grandfather's hobby, that he did not require any refuge. So that way he is diluting the strength of Sam's argument that it is temporary refuge from reality. Things were pretty nice. Pretty means very nice, much nice, and peaceful. There was no disturbance at his time. In his day, that means in his grandfather's day, from all I hear, whatever Charlie had heard, he had not seen. And he started my collection, stamp collection. It's nice collection too. Blocks of four, practically every US issue of stamp. First day covers. So I have told you what is the first day cover. On the first day of issuance, a stamp is pasted on a self-addressed envelope, and inside the envelope there is a blank paper, and the postage stamp proves that it has been used on the first day, that is the stamp. President Roosevelt collected stamps too, so president must not be having any sense of insecurity. So why was he practicing stamp collection or living that hobby? So anyway, here is what happened at Grand Central. One night last summer, I worked late at office, means he worked for late in the evening in the office. I was in a hurry to go get uptown, town where people live, to my apartment flat. So I decided to take the underpass from Grand Central because it's faster than the bus. Means it reaches you fast in less time. Now I don't know why this should have happened to me. He is himself unable to understand why it happened. So that means there was no question of any intention at all that his friend Sam was taking it to be. I'm just an ordinary guy, young man. 31 years old, and I was wearing a tan gabardine tweed suit and a straw hat, a hat made of straw, thick with a fancy, means a decorative band. I passed a dozen men, 12 around, who looked, means people who looked just like me. That means look just like me means they were just like me. Why didn't they walk to the Grand Central Station? And I wasn't trying to escape from anything. He's declaring it. I wasn't trying to escape from anything. You should underline this. I just wanted to get home to Louisa. This was his intention, that he wanted to go to his wife. That's it. Nothing else. So you can note down in your notebook this sentence and I wasn't trying to escape from anything. I turned into Grand Central from Vanderbilt Avenue. Avenue here is a wide street and went down the steps to the first level of the Grand Central Station where you take trains like the 20th century, means in modern time. Then I walked to another flight set of stairs to the second level where the suburban trains to semi-urban area leave, ducked into an arched doorway, moved quickly downward in arc-shaped doorway, heading for the underpath, and got lost my way. That's easy to do. He declares it again. I have been in and out of Grand Central many a time, hundred of times, many a times, but I am always bumping into new doorways, collide violently with something, bumping into new doorways means new passages and stairs and corridors. Once I got into a tunnel here, explains how he happened to come into new doorways over a period of time. Once I got into a tunnel about a mile long and came out in the lobby. Is a large reception area of Roosevelt Hotel. Another time I came up in an office building on 46th Street, 3 blocks away. So a block is an area. In a locality, there can be A block, B block, C block. So area surrounded by street. Sometimes I think Grand Central is growing like a tree, pushing out new corridors. So tree pushes out its roots in different directions. So he compares Grand Central to a tree because there are always unexpected exits. There is probably a long tunnel that nobody knows about, feeling its way under the city right now. So he talks about a tunnel, an underpath that nobody knew about, feeling its way under the city, means it has its way in the underground, on its way to Times Squares and maybe another to the Central Park. These are the exits. And maybe because for so many people through the years, Grand Central has been an exit. So, exit is an opening that permits escape. It's not a point to go out, a way of escape. Maybe that's how the tunnel I got into. But I never told my psychiatrist friend about that. Why? It shows that he thinks holistically, that he knows that if he tells his uh, psychiatrist friend about the exit, the way of escape, his psychiatrist friend, his opinion would get confirmed that Charley wanted to escape. So this shows Charley's good sense of advocacy. The corridor, he explains further, the corridor, the passage I was in began angling, bending left and slanting, moving downward and sloping downward, and I thought that was wrong. It should not happen because I am already at the lowest level, that is the second level, but I kept on moving, walking. All I could hear was the empty sound of my own footsteps, means echoing sound, the reflection of the sound of his own footstep, and didn't pass anybody, even a soul. That means he was all alone. Then I heard that sort of hollow roar, loud echoing noise. That means open space and people talking. So if there is a corridor and behind it is an open space and lot many people are talking, that sound is reflected in that walking passage. The tunnel turned sharp left. It took a sudden and unexpected turn. I went down a short set of stairs and came out on the third level of the Grand Central Station. So this area can be noted down. If you have textbook, you can mark it. For just a moment, I thought I was back on the second level, but I saw the room was smaller. So what he noticed, first point, the room was smaller in size, ticket windows were fewer, and so were the train gates from where the train enter, and the information booth was inquiry window was wooden and old in style. Okay, and the man in the booth wore a green shade eye protector and long black sleeve protectors. Okay, these are worn generally by workers to avoid injury or from getting the sleeve uh, dirty arm sleeve of your shirt or coat. The lights were dim and sort of waving. Why? Because there was no frame. It was open flame gaslight. So that is why the light was waving. So you can number, if you like, the peculiarities of the third level. So first, room was smaller. Second, there were fewer ticket windows. Third, fewer train gates. Fourth, information booth was of wood and old looking. Fifth, men in the booth wore green eye shade and sleeve protectors. Sixth, the light was open flame gaslight.